Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and it's Tuesday, June 17th. You're watching Phuket Xtra, brought to you by PVCPhuket.com. 3 years after Thailand's cannabis green rush, officials say that teen use has exploded. New rules could soon require a prescription for every puff.
3 years after Thailand decriminalized cannabis, a recent Bangkok forum asked a sobering question. What has the nation really gained? Healthcare data collected from a joint study by Thammasat and Chulalongkorn universities says that cannabis-related healthcare costs have been on the rise, with 2023 treatment costs topping 15.8 billion baht. However, this number is still in dispute and no statistics have been provided to verify its accuracy nor the methodology used to gather this data. A joint study with the Center for Addiction Studies finds recreational use among 18 to 19-year-olds soaring from 0.9% in 2019 to 9.7% in 2022, then plateauing well above pre-legalization levels, though again, their methodology for how they got to this number was not presented nor made available. In fact, cannabis has gotten so big that even Mike Tyson took part in a festival this past weekend in Bangkok's JJ Mall to promote a new cannabis product. Experts blame a regulatory vacuum that opened when cannabis was removed from the narcotics list in 2022, without any regulations to control its use or the businesses that sprang up since. Nearly 18,000 licensed shops and many illegal ones now sell freely, especially in tourist zones like Khao San Road in Bangkok and Bangla Road in Patong, often skipping age checks. The Public Health Ministry is moving to plug massive gaps within the regulatory environment, and late last month, they ordered officials to finally create a regulatory framework within 40 days. New rules are due later this month or as late as next month, and they're expected to include the requirement of a doctor's prescription, cap dispensation at roughly 30 grams per patient per month, and force shop licenses to be renewed every 3 years. Right now, cannabis falls under the purview of the Department of Thai Traditional and Alternative Medicine, the DTAM, the Director General of which says that it will impose good agricultural and collection practices based on EU cultivation standards. So far, about 47 farms across Thailand currently meet these standards, and they supply about 17,000 to 18,000 licensed cannabis shops throughout Thailand, according to the DTAM Director General. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
13 lives lost, yet no one to blame. Police are now labeling Phuket's deadly Kata landslide a natural disaster, but grieving families insist that construction is to blame, and they are preparing to sue.
Police are now saying that last August's Kata landslide, which killed 13 people beneath Phuket's Big Buddha viewpoint, is a natural disaster, not a case of criminal negligence connected to illegal construction at the viewpoint. Senior investigator Police Lieutenant Colonel Ekasakwanwan told the Phuket News that geotechnical experts from the Department of Mineral Resources have re-examined the slope and conclude that it lies in an officially designated, quote, red zone that is prone to slips. In fact, they say that 90% of Phuket's mountains share the same steep, unstable profile. He went on to say that heavy rain, old soil, and gradient, rather than the nearby illegal construction that was first blamed, they all combined to trigger the collapse, leaving no clear liable party, according to Police Lieutenant Colonel Ekasak, who is insisting that the probe is following evidence at every step and denied any hint of corruption. However, families of the victims are unconvinced. The Phuket Bar Association meets them on June 22 to gather damage claims and prepare a civil lawsuit. Association President Rungnapa Patgel says that independent specialists, including Dr. Helmut Duerast of Prince of Songkhla University, remain on site looking for links between building work and the slope's failure. Until a court weighs the science, relatives collect medical bills, funeral costs, and lost income data, determined to press for compensation even as the criminal case stalls. For now, the tragedy underscores Phuket's fragile terrain and the urgency of safe zoning and early warning systems, so hillside communities never again pay the price that Kata's families still bear. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
What looked like festive decor exploded outside a home in Ratada, injuring 2 and sending officers on a manhunt for several teenage suspects.
A quiet Friday afternoon in Ratada turned tense when a homemade bomb hidden inside what looked like an oversized garland detonated in a garden on Ratada Nuson Road. The blast, which was reported at 5:35 p.m. last Friday, left 2 relatives of the homeowner with minor shrapnel wounds to their legs. Phuket City Police, forensic officers, and a bomb disposal team raced to the scene and recovered fragments of 4 self-assembled devices submerged in water-filled car tires. All evidence has already been sent for forensic analysis. The homeowner told investigators he originally found 5 suspicious black bundles under a tree beside his relative's house. Thinking that they were harmless, he moved them to his own front yard. Moments later, his brother-in-law and sister took a closer look, which triggered one device. CCTV from the night before paints a clearer picture. 4 teenagers arrive on 2 motorbikes, place the packages under the tree, and speed away. Police are now working urgently to identify and arrest the youths, while the motive behind the attack remains unclear. Officers urge residents to stay alert and report any unfamiliar objects immediately. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
We're back with Chris, head boy at Head Start International School Phuket, who's achieved the remarkable feat of receiving 5 offers to study at Ivy League universities in the US, as well as Stanford. Chris, you've been enrolled at Head Start since preschool. What will you miss about this place when you graduate this month?
The 2 things I'll miss most about Head Start go hand in hand: the high quality teaching and the close-knit community. Head Start's teachers are true educators, open to discussion and discourse, to challenging points of views and listening to others. Of all the university offers, I've chosen to study at Stanford. Their motto, "The winds of freedom blow," reflects a forward-thinking mindset that aligns with the values I've developed at Head Start thanks to my teachers. At Head Start, everyone knows each other, from the teachers to support staff to students and their families, and that's something truly special. Stanford's collaborative culture reminds me a lot of Head Start, and I look forward to continuing my own journey there.
To find out more about Head Start's high-quality academic programs and teaching team, or to arrange a tour, visit headstartphuket.com.
Think low-key gambling flies under the radar? Talang's top officials deployed a SWAT unit to shut down a neighborhood card table, and the stakes for those caught are far higher than chips.
Talang officials staged a mid-afternoon raid on a rented house in the Move 4 area of Teprasatri in Talang, where they arrested 8 people, 5 Thai citizens, and 3 foreign nationals, allegedly betting on the card game called Dummy. Acting on Governor Sopon Suwanarat's directive, the Talang district chief and the chief administrative officer oversaw the 2:30 p.m. operation on Sunday. Photos show a DOPA S.W.A.T placard confirming that the Interior Ministry's Special Tactics Unit provided backup to district officers. All suspects have been transferred to Talang Police Station for further legal proceedings. Authorities say that the crackdown aims to curb unlicensed gambling that can fuel debt, strain families, and attract other crimes. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
Sunrise sprints, sunset strides, over 7,000 runners from 71 countries stormed through the Laguna Phuket Marathon this past weekend, from 73-year-old record setters to iron lung locals.
Saturday's sunset races warmed things up with a 2-kilometer run, a 5-kilometer fun run, and a 10-kilometer mini race, while Sunday's sunrise run tested serious legs over the half, relay, and full 42.1-kilometer long marathon. Local hero Apichai Iron Lung Puchit thrilled the home crowd, breaking the tape in the men's marathon at 2 hours, 51 minutes, and 48 seconds, winning his 2nd title after 2022. Japan's Mayumi Watanabe claimed the women's crown in 3 hours, 27 minutes, and 5 seconds. In the half marathon, Kenya's Mungai Kitogoi clocked 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 30 seconds, while Japan's Chiaki Morikawa topped the women's field in 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 46 seconds in the half. Also, age proved no barrier. 72-year-old Anol Kulpatanapon won his marathon age group, and 73-year-old Bhaskar Desai of India led the half marathon, reminding everyone that grit outpaces birthdays. Governor Sopon Suwanarat fired the starting gun and toured the vibrant lifestyle market, food stalls, kids games, live music, and light shows that turned the race into a festival of health tourism. Laguna Phuket pledges an even bigger 20th anniversary edition next year, already set for June 13th and 14th, 2026. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
We really appreciate you joining us on this edition of Phuket Xtra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Join us again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to $20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment, offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.